Well, what happened is I just finished with my master's, and I had a reason why I wanted to come to California, and I was interviewed by about 10 newspapers, and I was age 24 with no journalism experience, and every single one of them wanted to hire me. But back in those days, this was 1962, women weren't allowed to work on stories for the front page or any hard news. They only wrote stories for the society page, the wealthy. And I had zero interest in that. Now, there was one very small paper in Danville that said, oh, they would hire me for something else. And they put me in Livermore. And they went out of business after 3 weeks. So I was a reporter for 3 weeks. Then I realized that in order to get a job as a journalist, I was going to have to start a newspaper. The only little block was I didn't have any money. What happened, I sort of lucked out. I went to a Halloween party, and there was a man who flunked out of Princeton. Now that meant he had money, and so he came up with $20,000, and he brought in 3 friends, each who came up with $20,000. And so in September 1963, the Independent was born with a backing of $80,000, and we were delivering about 60 pages 3 times a week. I didn't know what I was doing. Somebody asked me, how I was going to handle accounts receivable, and I didn't even know what they were. The editor I hired said, well, there's something important he wanted to tell me, and that is that it's our responsibility to do what's best for the community. What's interesting is when I first came to Livermore, again in '62, women weren't hired as much by laboratories, but they were intelligent, creative, energetic, and married to scientists, and they built our arts community. I worked with them on a LCAC, it's called Livermore Cultural Arts Council, which today is still functioning. I really did work hard on the Bankhead Theater. It's 507 seats, of top quality. I mean, I'm used to being a little bit modest, but my husband said I have to say that it really was I who came up with the idea and then negotiated with the city, worked on getting some lumps of money, day after day, just $100 here and $500 there. Just finally got to the 40,000 that we needed, not only to build it, but to keep it going. Every community should care about its disadvantaged and should be preserving open space and should be celebrating its arts and science. So if people understand what Livermore does, then I think others will start to pick that up. So here we are, 60 years later or whatever, and we just stand for what's right for the community.